Hey guys, Sheriff here. Following on from the previous 3 videos I did for OTK about hero strategy. So quick wrap up, I was talking about saving hero tokens and why they are good value. And you'll see here, I haven't bought Heaven's Redemption this round, even though the advice of a lot of players has been to pick up Heaven's Redemption. I'm going to save my tokens this time. I could also use the Knight, as I have her 6 and 8 skill but not maxed, and I actually do use her in an APC at the moment, which I'll show you in a minute. War Boss I could use because I don't have his 7th skill active, and I would like the Lightning APC, but none of those guys actually improve my overall APC strategy, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, learning how to put together good APCs based on what you have. And the last videos that I made, I realized were before everybody started accumulating X heroes as good as we have. So, learning how to put together a good APC from what you've got and which heroes to chase. You've all seen things like this floating around the game, vehicle formations and shooter formations. These are your ideal APC formations. These are tested by maxed players or players with maxed heroes. So, for example, Kamikaze Wrath Death Rider. Best vehicle APC in the game, arguably. Maybe somebody's tested one better, who knows. But this assumes that you have each of those 3 heroes maxed. And the players I'm talking to now do not. You guys are the non-spenders or the small spenders. And so using a Kamikaze with no dupes and a Wrath with 1 dupe and a Death Rider with 1 dupe does not make a good APC. It might be the best that you have, in which case go right on and use it. But working out how to put together a good APC based on what you've got and which skills to open first when you have limited duplicates is really key, and that's what I see people asking about a lot. So let me show you what I've done. For the time being, where I don't have a whole lot of maxed heroes, and I don't mind showing you, I have Caesar, not maxed, so he's still missing skill 7. Anna, missing skill 7. Ivan, maxed. That's my best vehicle APC. Tech Priestess, missing skill 7. Venom, missing skill 7. Knight, missing skill 7. So you can see I don't max a lot of my S and X heroes. I have Organic missing skill 7, Patriot missing skill 7. The only ones I've maxed apart from my regular gold ones are Hummingbird, who's a crucial hero in the game, and Ivanov, who's also a crucial hero in the game, which I'll explain why. When you're putting together a good APC, we talked about in one of the earlier videos, you need a tank in the front row, a supporter in the second row, and a damage dealer in the third row. And that's typically how I have those 3 APCs set up. I set them up this way, rather than based on the formations that you get in things like this, because I don't have all of those heroes maxed. So it's no good me trying to put together a Koshé, Tracker, Nomad APC, for example. I only have Koshé Awake, and Tracker and Nomad have no duplicates. So that doesn't do me any good. I have to go down this list to, let's see where I can put one together that's actually listed. Okay, Deuce, Executioner, Hummingbird. I have 6 and 8, 6 and 8, and maxed. That's a okay APC, but you can see I have to go halfway down the shooter list to make that work. I actually find that Patriot there works better, and I'll show you why. I had Patriot early on, and if I was going to use him over Executioner, for example, I need to know what am I going to do in this second row, because I have my front row set with Deuce, because he's 6 and 8. Deuce gives you damage reduction for your own troops. Deuce gives you enemy damage reduction against your troops, and Deuce gives you some healing. So he's the ideal front row guy. And until I have a better front row shooter hero, I'm going to keep using him there. The only other one I would replace him with would be Shadow, but I only have Shadow awake. I haven't got his 8th skill open yet. So the question then becomes, why would I replace him when Dukes does a better job already? So I have my tank in the front row. I have my best damage dealer in the game, arguably in Hummingbird in the back row, and then working out who to put in the middle. Now, Executioner, let's look at her skills. She gives attack boosts to all squads. She reduces enemy squad damage and gives an attack boost to all squads. Now Deuce doesn't actually attack, but he does if you use Patriot in the middle. Patriot also gives you some attack on his own, plus a boost to the enemies, a reduction to their resistance, tactical might and resistance. And he also affects the enemy. So it really depends on what combination you like best. I find that this one works really well. And even though I don't have full Ranger parts, I've got one Baneblade part down here. Still keeping them consistently until I have multiple Baneblade parts. Keeping them consistently in this order, shooters, vehicles, and fighters, makes a whole lot of sense for my setup. And I'll talk about why in a moment.